Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday. I'm a new rider. I make YouTube videos. So I've been fighting the Sportster, been having some engine alarms, been throwing some codes for the O2 sensor. And at first I thought my O2 sensor was bad. Thought it was maybe my plugs were fouled. Got a new O2 sensor, changed O2 sensor, it went away for a while and then it came back. But so I decided finally, well, I'm going to change my spark plugs because Phil Zilla said change your spark plugs. So I changed my spark plugs, was looking at them, they didn't really look much different than the other ones. But then I looked at the gap seemed a little bit off. So when I checked the gap on the old ones, it was like 1.2 millimeters. And when I checked the gap on the new ones, it was like 0.9. And when I took a closer look, what I found was it should have been 1.0 millimeters. So put one millimeter in it and put the new plugs in, and it actually ran really good. So hopefully that cleared it up. The bike's definitely running better. I guess I didn't realize it earlier. I thought it would just, you know, this is my first Harley to own, so I thought at low speed it was just kind of chugging along. Apparently, it just wouldn't get enough fire to get a good combustion at low RPMs. Because she screams now. In other news, there's another motorcycle up for auction, or I say there's up for raffle, I guess, at Shea Tree Surgeon's channel. So if you haven't been by there, go to Shea Tree Surgeon, check out his channel. I'm sure you have. Or go to ForgottenAngelsFlorida.org and enter the raffle. There are 2 FXRs up for the chopping block now, the blue one and a red one. Can't believe it. And they look awesome. They look absolutely awesome. I dig them because they look awesome. But if you haven't, yeah, go by, enter the contest, and win yourself an FXR. Still not quite sure if they're going to auction or raffle both of them off at the same time, or if you get one, if you get your pick on which one you want, or if one's this Friday and one's next Friday. Not sure. What I can tell you, there are FXRs up for the raffle, and they both look gorgeous, and I'd like to have either one of them. I can also tell you what, I need new adhesive for my Cardo. I think I've abused these enough. I think I've had these Cardos for going on probably 6 years, and I keep getting new bases when I change helmets, and I think it's just time to get a new Cardo, because the replacement stickers are not as good as the originals. I have bought some double-sided tape, and they sure don't seem to hang on very well. I don't know, maybe I'll try something different. Maybe I'm buying the wrong double-sided tape. We're flying today for a Monday. Boy, people are there's more people out, I think, today, but man, they're hauling ass. I guess it's a good thing. Well, not that guy, apparently. He ain't hauling ass. Well, I'm gonna get to work, and I will pick up with you guys later. Maybe something more interesting will be happening when I come home from work tonight. So what's up, guys? All right, today we're gonna be taking off the insect stalk, big ass, ugly turn signals that Harley usually puts on their bikes, and we're gonna put on these small ones. So these are gonna go, you can either put them into the turn signal lights, or you can put them into their own little stalk. I haven't really decided yet. What I have decided
You can see here, they didn't do a very good job of sealing these. Now, these are nice lights. I like them. I want to use them, so I want to seal them up. So I'm going to do something very controversial here. I'm going to seal them up, and I'm not going to use epoxy. I'm not going to use anything weird. I'm going to use rubber cement. This is also what I use for my tire plugs.
I'll let it run too much. There we go. Get in there. These will be facing down, so nobody will be able to see how ugly your blob is. Most important thing is to actually just seal it up. You don't want any water getting inside there. Move them around a little bit. That makes sure there's no air bubbles between the wires. Get it from the back side. That's what she said. Okay, I think that's sufficient. We're gonna let that dry now. We're not gonna stick this against anything that will be permanently stuck to, unless it's the very bottom of the trash can. So we'll get it right in there. Okay, so I have verified that the new mount will fit under here. Hope we can see it better than now I've moved the bike. And I'm procrastinating on cutting the wires because the first plug you get to is like under the tank, I think. So before I cut the wires, what I'm gonna do, I got all my stuff laid out. I got my wire strippers ready, my Allens, my wrenches, my solder, my cutters, and the actual solder and solder gun. So I'm ready to go because the extension cord I have also runs my fan. And it is Mississippi in July. It is about 100 degrees today, so I don't want to cut the power for the fan until I'm ready to actually solder. You can actually see it's very moist in the garage today. So all right, I guess I'm not down to the point now where I'm gonna cut the wires. So let's cut them. Wish me luck. I am gonna leave enough, let's get us into position here. I'm gonna leave enough cable where in case this doesn't work, that I can put everything back together. So I'm gonna leave about that much room. And more slack. Can never have enough slack. So this is the actual connectors on here. This is the other one, and I'm not sure what these are actually supposed to plug into. They're very cool. They're already shrink wrapped and they're ready to go, but I don't know what they go to. So I'm obviously. Hi, I live in Memphis, right next to FedEx. Come visit. I guess it's time to cut the fan where I can solder now. Well, no surprise here. Control wires are black for voltage, blue for running, and purple for the turn signal. So let me get these stripped back. Each individual of these I'm gonna have shrink wrapped, and then I'm gonna have a bigger piece of shrink wrap to cover the whole thing. But I'm gonna push it way out of the way because I don't want it sealing early. And I have a flux brush for putting flux on the wires, but since they're so small, I'm just gonna use this and just swipe the wires. So let me get them twisted together. All right, black to black. Congratulations, black, you get to go first. And it's time to kill the fan and get the solder gun in some action here. All right, solder gun's plugged up. Don't need to preheat it because it's a super duper one. We're just gonna grab a little bit of flux. Flux will help you spread the heat a little more evenly. And because these are so close together, I'm just gonna do one at a time. I'm gonna re-tin my tip. How do you tell it's hot? Because it'll melt the solder. All right. Bring it in without touching anything else. Get a little solder on the wires, get all the slop off. And while it's still hot, slide the shrink wrap over it. You're making me look bad, wire. And you want to put solder on it until it's shiny.
A dull solder is what we call a cold solder, and that is not good because it's not very conductive. Maybe I didn't get the colors wrong, maybe. I would love to be able to close my garage because it's very loud outside, but like I said, it's freaking hot. All right, let's go ahead and shrink those up before I forget about them and they move. We'll check one more time to make sure they're actually in the center of the weld. And the back part of this actually works really well as a heat source. I've used lighters before. The Bic lighters work pretty well too. The little like yard type lighters. But right now I just want to get them tight enough where they don't slide around on me. And I'll come back later with either the yard lighter, utility lighter, or an actual hairdryer. Even works really well. Right, that's one. And I would love to be able to test it right now, but I had to hook the battery back up to do that, and I don't want to actually get back into that. So we're going to go to the other side and do the other side too. So now we're ready to do the other side. Also, if you're wondering, I'm going to go back to that seat for this summer because I'll get a little wider, little support. That's just a sock I'm using for, don't worry about what I'm doing with that sock. But I'm going to be putting that seat back on just to have a little more support on the little ride, because that seat puts me actually a little further back on the bike, and I can stretch my legs a little better. So now we're going to go to this, the jack. My hydraulic jack will be my little base for the next part of this operation because the garbage can does not provide me enough mobility. Also already took the turn signal off. We're going to use the right size wrench, maybe. There we go. Fifth time's the charm. Okay. Click, click. There's your ASMR for the day. You're welcome. I just noticed that my left, this is weird. So my right mirror is up forward, flush with this, and my left, or my mirror is way further back, so my blinker is going to be a little further back, which I think will still be fine. I may or may not go back and get a stud and move that back to the hole that it was originally from, but I'll need a threaded shaft to do that. That's future stuff. That's future stuff. Let's get this on here first. Get all my distances right. Positions, places, everyone. And this is the one that's going to be a pain in the butt. And well, I would say even the mirror's up, but now I know that they're in different positions actually on both sides of the bike. They're at least even facing forward, so I'll allow it. We cut the other one about, what the hell did I do about? Let's see exactly how long I did it. Let's see. We cut it there. All right. This back. We went with 3 inches on the other one. Let's do 3 inches on this one too. Why not? Watch me cut my finger off. And wouldn't you know it, it's the same colors again on this side. When I looked it up in the Harley manual, it said one side was purple and one side was brown for the turn signal. They were obviously wrong because they're the same color. Put our bigger shrink wrap on there to seal the whole thing up when we're done. For the individual wires. Sorry it's so quiet, I'm kind of trying to concentrate and not cut the wires off. I'd sing you a song, but I'm also concentrating, so the song would probably be about me trying not to cut the wires off. I hope everybody enjoyed my Sea Story video. Got a few of those planned for the future, coming future, because I have a lot of sea stories. Whoops. Not all of them involve almost getting arrested for picking up a hooker. If you don't know that story, go back and watch it. It was actually kind of funny. All right, again, we'll do the black one first because that's the easiest one to remember. All right, a little bit of flux. I said a little bit of flux. Listen to me. And then our running light is white. It's not always this boring here. If I haven't bored you to death yet, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. If I have bored you to death and you're still here, thanks. It gets better, I promise. All right. And shrink wrap. If you're wondering where my usual photographer is, she's out on a date. The clone has been allowed to go out on a date. Not against my wishes, but against my better judgment. But you gotta let him go sometime. If you're wondering, the Harley wires are very, very stiff, and these wires are very, very not stiff. There's a better word for that, malleable. This will be interesting when I try to get the big piece of shrink wrap on, but for now. And I forgot to put the shrink wrap on. Yay, or did it fall off? That's how we roll around here. It's already got flux on it. Don't worry, it's only poison. Probably won't kill me, maybe. Last one. See what it is, it's very hot in this garage, so I'm getting just a little bit heat drunk. Is that a word? Is that a thing? It is now, because I just said it. This time we're gonna wait a little while before we try to push the shrink wrap up on it. And there we go. All right, so while that's sitting, I'm gonna go get a lighter because I'm actually gonna shrink the whole thing up a little better than I did. Be right back. Okay, we got the fan back for a little while, but now I gotta push it back in the corner because I have to use heat on these. Make sure we didn't perforate anywhere. And now we slide the big one over them, over the small ones. And then realize we should have used two. Oh well. Shrink them. Cannot tell you how hot it is in this garage right now. I mean, I can. I just can't explain how well. I can, actually, probably some of you are very hot. Okay, I can totally explain it and just say it's hot. How about that? All right, when we get the other side, and then I will get back to you. The light's really bright. Okay, so we've got the shrink wrap on. I have not tucked them yet. They're still hanging out. This side neated up a little better, or is neater? I don't know. English. I'm bad at words today. It's hot. Was this side's neater than that side? That's what I meant to say. So now we just have to get the battery hooked back up, get all the wires tucked back in, and test it and see if it works. All right. I'll be right back again. So before we get too crazy, patting ourselves on the butt, let's see if it even works. So running lights came on. That's a good thing. Left turn signal. Oh, that's cool as shit. And right turn signal. Oh, I fucking love it. Let's see if you can't tell. Runs from inside to out. Oh, I love that. Okay. Well, shit, I'm happy. Let's make sure the back ones still work. Make sure we didn't screw something up. Yep, back turn signals still work. I dig it. All right. Well, I guess all that's left to do now is take a ride, so that's what I'm gonna do. If you like what you saw and you want to learn some more stuff, ask me. If you want to send me some stuff, that'd be great too. So like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, come back for more stuff, and don't forget I got a lot of Harley stuff for sale still that I've taken off the Sportster. So it's a 2021 Sportster. So I've got the mid controls. I got a windshield, a Spitfire windshield. I have a seat. I've got the front cowl. I now have turn signals. If you need turn signals, you'll have to solder them in and put wires yourself to get them in. And then I've got the back turn signals. So, well, tell me what you need. If you like what you see, come on back, because I'm here at least once a week. And then every weekend, sometimes Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, I have an interview. If you want to be interviewed, get in touch with me. So I guess that's all for today. I've got to get a shower and celebrate by going riding. See ya.
Like